Hello, 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 and happy Monday to you guys. Hopefully, you've had a good start to your week, which I have, apart from it being raining, but it was a nice day in North London, but not in Luton as I arrived back home. So I'm just in my headphones so I can hear what's going on. But hopefully, you guys are fine. Just give me 1 minute. Let me just plug myself in. And hopefully, well, I can hear it's going out live. So hopefully, you guys can hear me nice and clear. So, welcome to another Monday Live. So let me just see if anyone's here and just say hello to some of you guys if you are. Let me go to this one. Adam, pass. Thank you for your vids. No problem, Adam, if you're still here. Congratulations on passing. Thank you for coming back and giving me your feedback because that's well appreciated. I help if I put the microphone in front of my voice, in front of my mouth. I wish you could teach me to drive, my friend. Just because I can teach the ferry doesn't mean I can teach you driving. But yeah, I can't teach everybody, unfortunately. Like I said, I don't do normal driving lessons, as in hourly. I do intensive courses. But Adam, type in the chat. Let me know what area you're in. It'd be nice to know what area you've passed your theory test at. Hopefully, I send this right. Kalim, sign, show, and dual carriageway. What speed? If you end the dual carriageway, it's normally 30 miles an hour. But it depends on the context of asking the question. But it's 30 miles. When you come off a dual carriageway, it goes back to normal two-way road straight ahead, or dual carriageway ends, so you're back to a built-up area, so it should be 30 miles an hour. If you guys really for authentic Jamaican cooking, welcome. Nice to see you back. Simply me, Mayan, welcome. Hussein, welcome. Carol, welcome. Annabelle, welcome. Vicky, there's a couple of new names here that I've not seen before. Yes, Hussein, we are live every Monday, 4:30. Natasha, good evening. Locadia, hopefully I'm saying it right. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, you guys are sending a lot of hellos. How many people are actually here so early? Wow, 68. I appreciate you guys joining and joining so early. Rashidat, hopefully I'm saying it right. I'll pass. Thank you for taking vid lessons and recommended that in the app. No problem. I am fine. It's been a good start to the week, to be honest. A lot of good pupils in the class today, and good. I won't say feedback. What's the right word? Participation. Because sometimes you get classes, especially on a Monday, they don't take part. It's like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, it was a lot of fun in there this morning in the theory training. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good week. My mock test is on the 7th. Precious. Were you talking about mock tests? Are we talking about your driving side of it, or are we talking about your theory side of it? And if you're taking the theory, I'm assuming you mean your real test rather than a mock. But just type in the chat to make it clear. What are you talking about? The driving side of it, mock? Because I normally do mock for my pupils before a driving test. Or are you talking about your real test? Patrick, congratulations on passing. Thank you for letting me know. Eric, hello. Nate, again, thank you for letting me know that you've passed. It's nice to start off on Monday letting me know that you guys have passed. It's a good feeling. We got bad news here. Failed my ferry test last week, Tuesday, for the second time again. Let me know what we'll hear live. If it's last week Tuesday, so it's still kind of fresh. If you're at home and you've got the paperwork, let me know the categories that you messed up in. Let me know what score you got, because if you got 42 or less, That would probably mean that you got at least 5 categories wrong, questions wrong. So let me know in the chat what categories you got wrong, and then we can try to resolve it while we are here live. Lorez, again, thank you. Serious help. What is serious help? What do you need help on? I'm here live. Talk to me. What do you need help on? Oh, by the way, in saying that, yes, for everybody, by the way, let me just come out of this one. After this live, about 7 o'clock, once YouTube do their magic, upload the video, come back. For those of you that need fairy training, Hussein's one of them. So in the link in the description, it's not there now, but after 7 o'clock onwards, when YouTube upload the video, I will go back into the description and I will put the link to the waiting list for the course I've got coming out. Or you can go onto my website and click on that, and again sign up for the waiting list, and you'll get emails over the next week or two to let you know when the doors are going to open. I can tell you when the doors are going to open. 18th of November, and the doors close on the 22nd of November. Depending on how many people go in the course. I'm only taking on 20 people. Let me repeat, I'm only taking on 20 people on the course, on the first opening, on the first launch, because I want to first of all work with those 20 people. It's what I think I can manage, to get as much of them ready for a fairy test to pass by the end of the year. So if 20 people sign up before the doors close on the 22nd, it will be closed anyway. So it's either 20 people, doors close, or it closes on the 22nd of November. And then I get the feedback from those 20 people, tweak anything that needs tweaking, add anything that needs adding. And then the doors open again, probably about January the 6th, I think it is. So the course starts on the 27th and finishes on the 18th of December. And by the time the course finishes, about 4 weeks, you got 4 live training sessions with me, 2 hours on Zoom, plus all the modules that's in there. And you have my classroom slides, which is the foundation to fairy, which my pupils get daily. You guys have got access to that straight away once you get in there. And that should be enough to help you pass anyway. But you also got the modules, all full. There's about 15 modules in there, broken down in pint-sized chunks, small bite-sized chunks, should I say. So you can take that information in. And like I said, every Wednesday, you got me training you, and I'm going to do a personal preparation for you guys individually. I'm going to use an app called the Fairy Test Pro, which I've got access to. I've got the instructor version, which you guys will be registered on that. And I can see when you've logged in, how long you studied for, what you're struggling with, and we can send messages back and forth. And if you are really, really struggling, then we can jump on a live call, a personal call to help you guys pass. I want to finish the year really, really strong, get as many of you pass, but I can only handle 20 people as the course is new. And then, like I said, in the new year, the doors will be open. It is a paid course, obviously, because I can't do all of that for free. And it's going to be the cheapest price this time round. Next year, when the doors open, the price is going to go higher. It's actually worth 3 times more than that actually costs. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Time is valuable. So 20, my new, right, 20th of November. Well, you've got quite a few more lives, so jump in. Any question that you may have, type it in. Let me know. Let me help you. So they come every Monday until your theory test. And I believe the 20th is a Wednesday. So the last live that you can come to is on the 18th. And hopefully we, again, get you ready, be strong for the end of the year. 22nd, again, you've got quite a few weeks. I know you're here every week anyway. So again, if you've got any, if this is for all of you, if you've got any questions, let me just put this in there. Please put a Q semicolon in front of your question. It makes it easier for me to find. Otherwise, I will miss it. Right, before we go any further, because guys, you guys are typing so fast, it's unreal. I appreciate that. Right, sorry. Let me just quickly do a quick overview of the theory test as well, because I've never seen that you guys know, especially you guys are new, just starting your training. So it's multiple choice. It's 14 categories, and the 50 questions are drawn from those 14 categories. I keep saying like a parrot. If you learn each category individually, that means you should fully understand the question, fully understand the answers, because you never know what combination of questions you're going to get. And what I mean by that, you may get 5 motorway signs, 2 roadway signs, 2 documents, 1 attitude. You just don't know how it's going to be made up. So if 10 of you are taking a test in that particular room at your test center, it's 10 different tests. It's random questions, just like the app. If when you take mock test, the app should be random. And it's the same way when you go on your real test, it's random 50 questions. So fully understand it. You need 43 out of 50 to pass. The time that you have, you've got 57 minutes to do the test. I will add, something came up this morning. I won't say a new pupil, but she has never done the theory before, didn't know what was going on the app as well. And again, when you're doing private studying, you can do this. If you're using the 4-in-1, I'll talk for the 4-in because that's the only app that I use in the classroom. When when you read the question and you are answering it, if you don't know what the answer is, flag it, move on. And then once you've done the 50th question, when you click finish, it says go back to the flagged ones, and then go back to the flagged ones. Just because you're doing private studying on your own, it doesn't mean so you can't flag it, go back and take more time to understand it. Some of you guys are just doing 50 questions, click finish, get your result. Go back to the flagged ones and revisit it, and hopefully you can start to work out the understanding because you've got more time. And it's the same thing on the day of the test. You can flag it, finish your 50th question, then go back to the flagged ones where you got more time. And I also say another little tip for you guys: if you still don't know what the answer is, go backwards. Do not go looking for the correct answer. Go looking for the wrong answer, what it can't be. There's always one stupid answer on it anyway. And I will show you that on one of these tests as we do the mock test. There's always a stupid answer. Now you're left with 1 in 3. Sometimes it's 3 stupid answers on this, common sense answers, and then you're just left with 1 by default. But you guys need to take the time to chill to work out what they're trying to tell you. Once you've done your questions, you move on to your hazard perception. Again, for those of you struggling with hazard perception, I will do another demonstration at the end of the live. So if you struggle with hazard perception, stick around. I will do a demonstration. It's 14 video clips. One of them's got a double, 2 5s and 13 obviously single score 5. You have to average 3 across the board. If your average is below 3, you're going to fail. You need 44 out of 75 to pass that. The theory test is black and white. They're looking for a generic answer. It's got to lead to safety. If it doesn't lead to safety, then it's a controlled outcome. For those of you preparing for your driving or taking driving lessons, in real life driving, you've got safe and unsafe, and in the middle, you've got a grey area. On your driving test, the examiner's looking for you to take that grey area back into safety or in a controlled outcome. On the theory test, there's no grey areas. It's either safe, controlled, or it's not. And if it's not those answers, then it's going to be totally wrong. So that is the overview. Let me just quickly catch up with you guys and then we'll start this test. Hello, Joy. Hajar, I'm assuming you mean the 6th of November, which is next week at some point. I think next week, Wednesday. You got 2:45. It doesn't say what day, but obviously it's after 2:45 now, so it can't be today. Yes, I will do a hazard perception demonstration for you guys. Virgo Sam, hello. Mahbuba, hopefully I'm saying that. Practical in Luton, well done to you. Congrats. Do you live in Luton or do you just take it in Luton because that's the quickest that you could get? Shihu Hassan, welcome. Again, if you've got any questions, anybody's got questions, please put a Q. It makes it a lot easier for me to find. Declan, the only question you're struggling with is gear question. Are you, Declan, just type in the chat for me, are you taking automatic? Because I find most pupils, or haven't you driven before? If you've not taken, type in the chat whether you're taking automatic or you've never had driving lessons. Those are the two reasons why people struggle with gears. In terms of gears, the questions are which is the most powerful gear? Is first or second? How would you control your speed with engine braking? Again, it's going to be first or second gear. Use the brakes carefully. If it's any other things outside of that, type in the chat, let me know, and I'll answer it directly for you. 28th of the 10th. That's today. But you got 2:45 on there. No problem. And I will add about the question as well, because that came from the classroom as well. I keep saying it on the lives. The apps, no matter what app you use, it's sampled questions. They're not the real question. The wording is going to be slightly different when you go for the real test, and or you may not have seen that question come up before, but you're still looking for a safe outcome or a controlled outcome. If you've done the studying, it makes life a lot easier. Whether they ask you what question that you've never seen before, you're still going for safety. But some of you are still memorizing the answers and questions from the app. They're sampled questions. Nobody has access to the real questions because they don't want you to know that so you can memorize it. Even I don't, and I've been there for 9 years. It's only that I know some of the questions based on the feedback I get from our pupils who go in there every week. No problem. Right, what I'm going to do. Sorry, let me just read this. You're saying my scores on the DVSA car theory test. 42 is your highest. Right. That suggests is if you're going down from 42, sorry, from 30, 36 is your, no, 32 is your lowest. If you're going down from 32 to 42, that's a 10 question swing and you're still not passing. There's a lack of knowledge. My advice is go back to the drawing boards. As much as you don't want to hear that, go back and do the categories, because that suggests there's a weakness in your knowledge all round. If there was averaging 40, 41s, then fine, but you got 32, 37, 36. That's like 32, that's 11 questions wrong. Minimum just to pass. And 18 questions wrong to get 50 out of 50. Yeah, there's a lack of knowledge there. I would go back to the drawing board and start with each category individually. That's what I would do. But if you haven't got a date booked, I don't think you've got a date booked. So you haven't got a time limit. But that's my advice anyway. If you was my pupil, that's what I would say to you. If it was in the classroom, that's different because I can fill in the blanks. But because you're training on your own, Judith, I wish you luck with that. Again, if you've got any questions, please put in the chat. Sorry, Hussein, let me just go back to you, finish my comment. Yeah, if you was in the classroom with me, that wouldn't be an issue. But because you guys are training on your own, I would go back to the drawing boards and do the categories. The other thing I will add to this as well, again, this goes out for all of you. When you do a mock test on the app, when you click finish, don't just look at the score and sign off. Go and look at the strongest category because it gives you the strongest and it gives you the weakest. And in your case, you've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it was about 10 mock tests. If you are getting 10 different weaknesses, that definitely suggests there's a weakness across the board. Because if you've got a weakness, it should be the same weakness. So, for example, if you've got an attitude problem, it should be the same right through the board. But like I said, with that type of score, it's not consistent, so there's lack of knowledge. All right, before I get carried away and start talking, my website is www.drivingtheoryuk.com. Yeah, so www. Driving. It's the same as the channel, drivingtheoryuk.com. And then you want to click on the link that says course, and then click on any one of those orange buttons, and it will take you to the waiting list page. Just type in your information, and then you're good to go for when the course is open. And it'll be first come, first serve basis. Like I said, it's 20 people max for the first one, because I want to make sure all 20 pass their theory test. You got 14 days left. Hopefully you are ready. I know you've been studying hard for it. Right, let me get started. Otherwise, I can talk to you guys all day. I'll catch up with the comments in a moment. So, the way it works, for those of you who are new, hopefully you can see my mouse. Read the question. So, in this case, do you need to plan rest stops when you're planning a long journey? If you think, first of all, put the question number in the comments when you're answering, and please put the letter. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. So A and B on the top line, because this has been a confusion each week, and C and D on the bottom line. So just type 1A if you think that's what the answer is, because there's a delay between me and YouTube and you and YouTube. I'm adding more stuff in as so that's why the waiting time, the course is not opening for another 2 weeks, I believe. I think it's 2 weeks. I'm still adding stuff in. So I've not set the price yet. I'm glad you're happy to be here, or be live anyway. There you go. Look, Patrick has said it there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Everything you taught us came out on the real test. They twisted the question, but I followed your advice. I was so confident that I will pass it on my first sitting. Like I said, follow the golden nuggets. If you've been watching my videos, look for the clues in the question. I'll highlight that on some of the questions that come up here as well. The questions are, I can't stress enough, they're sample questions. If you go in there thinking it's the same questions, you're going to be thrown, and it's going to freak you out. Again, I've not priced up the course, but it's going to be the cheapest it's been once it's the first release. It will go up in the new year, but I've not priced it up as yet because I'm adding more stuff to help you guys out. Like, the most important thing is for me to monitor your progress, and that's the Theory Test Pro, which I've just got the instructor version, which I can add you guys on there and see exactly how much studying you've done. So you can't turn around and say to me on the live training, yeah, I've been studying, when I can see that you've only logged in for 5 minutes. I can even see what questions you answered, what answers you gave. I'm going to monitor your progress because, like I said, anyone that comes on that course, I want them to pass. Virgo Sam, I'll answer that. Let me just crack on with the mock that we're doing. Don't be. Nerves is a good thing. Don't let the nerves control you. If my pupils go for driving test and a theory test and they tell me they're not nervous, it makes me nervous. You need adrenaline to keep you focused. So nerves is a good thing as long as it doesn't control you. Right, let me get to the ones. I'll come back to your comments in a minute. It's blurry. What's blurry? Because on my monitor it's going that clear. So if anyone else can type if it's blurry, let me see what I can do. But at the moment, my internet connection is strong, and on my monitor it's going through crystal. So let me know if anybody else seen it blurry, or maybe that's just your whatever you're watching on. Simply me. Right, someone's put A without the number. Because it's on the first question, obviously I know what number we're on. But please, moving forward, please put the question number plus the letter you think it is. Again, you're saying the focus is off, but like I said, it's going through. I can't see what you're seeing, because obviously for me it's going through. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I've got it. Hold on 1 sec. I've got it on behind me. It's crystal. Literally on behind me. It's crystal clear. Simply means that it's probably you. Cheer. Right. So 1A seems to be the popular answer. Do you need to plan rest stops when you're planning? It's going to be yes. Yes, regular stops. Right. Let me quickly just do a demonstration on this one. Question. Do you need, this is the easier one, but just go through it anyway. Do you need to plan rest stops when you're planning a long journey? This one, hopefully you can see my mouse, says yes, you need to plan to stop every half hour. Think about if you're going on a long journey that's 3-4 hours, you doing every half hour, you're not getting it anytime soon. So it doesn't make sense. No, only few stops would be needed. So think about it. If you're tired, you're going to need to stop. So it doesn't make sense. No, you'd be less tired if you get there as soon as possible. You're not. You're going to be more stressed because you're trying to get there as soon as possible. So by default, these three answers doesn't make sense. So you're left with one common sense answer. And that's how you can work it out on the real test as well if you are struggling. Hopefully you guys can see that. What does this signal mean? Oh, that came up in a classroom this morning. All right, let's get on with your comments. What happens at the test center? Every test center is slightly different, but their basic procedures are the same. You walk in, introduce yourself, basically say, I'm here, my name is. You should give them the license, and they should check to make sure that license or the picture on the license looks like you, and they just sign you in. They will ask you to take off if you've got any jewelry, rings, watches, your phones, bags. They'll ask you to put it into a locker for security, because you can't take nothing in there, not even keys. You shouldn't be taking in there, because you'd be surprised how far people go to cheat. And then they'll lead you to your desk, and then you start the test just like normal. And then when you finish, you click finish on the hazard perception. It starts to print it out straight away. You walk over to the reception desk. They will confirm who you are to make sure it's the correct paperwork they're giving to you, and they should give you the paperwork face down. They don't always, but they should give it to you face down. And also, as you walk in, you turn it over, look for your name. It should say congratulations under your name. Then you know you've passed. If it says sorry to say, then you know you failed it. But it's basically just go in there, introduce yourself, security checks. But I will add, you can't take anything of meaning in there. Declan, yes. Depends how bad your dyslexia is. I got mild dyslexia, so I just miss some of my words sometimes and misread stuff. But because I've been doing it for years, sometimes what I'm reading does not make sense. So I know it doesn't sound right. But if you got bad dyslexia, I would recommend support. I would also try, if you haven't done it, voiceover. There's a lot of times, because I've only got a week with my students. If someone comes in and declares Monday morning they got dyslexia and it's really bad, I'll take a look at what their first score is on the Monday. If it's really, really bad because of their dyslexia, then what I normally do is get headphones, and they get the voiceover, because on the app 4-in-1, that's why I like it. You can put the voiceover, and sometimes having the questions read to you is a lot easier than you reading it and misreading the words. So, like I said, Declan, it depends how bad your dyslexia is. Again, not to promote the course. If you get onto the course, again, that's one of my specialities, helping people with dyslexia, and go at your speed rather than the 4 weeks rushing it. I try and give you as much help as possible with that. But yeah, there's organizations out there as well. Right, sorry, let me catch up with you. What number we're number 2? Can't find it. Here we are. Diana, nice to see you. How did you get on with Nilesh? You didn't get, none of you got back to me. How did you guys get on? Did you manage to meet, get a mutual time? I'm not sure what that means by Lockie. I'm not sure what third one means. Warder, it's nice to see you back here. I wouldn't use a highway code for the same reason that you put. If I use a highway code, I would struggle. Words and reading books isn't my thing. But everyone's different. You got to do what's you. If you're struggling to take that information in, maybe a highway code isn't for you. And if you literally mean the highway code's for every road user, whether you walk, cycle, horse ride. For me personally, it's not necessary for the theory test. Just use the app. But again, you got to do you. What to do if you keep failing the test? As simple as it sounds, more studying. Go back to the drawing board. If you are failing the test again and again, and again, this is for everybody who's failed the test at least twice, even if you fail it once, they give you the paperwork. As much as you're upset, don't screw it up and throw it away. That's pointless. What you do is go down to the bottom. It tells you the category you got questions wrong in, and that's what you want to restudy. So if you're struggling with document categories, for example, let's say you got two questions wrong on the motorway section, restudy it. That's what it is. You learn from mistakes. But you guys have got to put the time and effort in. Sorry, let me just quickly catch up with these guys. 2B, trams must stop. For those of you that don't know, this is a tram sign. And again, if you didn't know that, all you got to work out, what does that mean? So this is another way of working as if you didn't know this was for trams, green is go for cars. Cars must stop. Both trams and cars can continue. Safety, if trams are on tracks, they can't go the same time as a car at traffic lights. So this makes no sense. This is not safe. Both trams and cars must stop. You know that's green for go for cars. So again, by default, you're left with trams must stop. And again, that's how you can work it out. Right, what does this sign mean? As I always say, look at the image, because sometimes there's clues in there, and then go to your answers options. Oh, well done. Got lesson sorted out for next week. Hopefully that goes well for you. On the hazard perception, when you go for the real test, hazard perception is just a mouse. There's no cursor. So you literally just sit back, watch the video, and you literally just click when you see the problem. When you do it on the apps, just tap anywhere on the screen as long as the red flag's registered, it's registered. So you're not chasing the hazard around the screen. Just literally tap anywhere on the screen. But on a real test, yeah, I'm gonna do hazard perception later on. On a real test, it's just a mouse, and it registers the clicks. Oh, well done to you, Mary. Got a manual license. Congrats. Whereabouts did you pass? Put in the comment below. What area did you pass your test in? Oh, wow. 3 lessons. Oh well done to you guys. It's nice that it's worked out for you. Your test was in November, so I can't comment on what to do with that. Obviously, Nilesh will help you out with that, but I'm glad you guys have sort something out and getting on. Please say something about the questions out of the app. What do you want me to say about the questions? As I said, the questions in the app are sampled questions and nothing more to say. If you're talking about the course I mentioned earlier on, it's the waiting list you're going to be signing up for. And it's first come, first serve. The first 20 people for this year and then next year be open up all year round, hopefully. But like I said, my aim is to help those 20 people pass. I want 20 out of 20 passing either before the year's finished or early in the next year. And because the course is new, it's going to be at the cheapest price for obvious reasons because it's new. There may be bugs in it. And I'll take the feedback and tidy it up. So it's first come, first serve on that. Right, you're only bringing your passport if you've got the old style driving license. So if you're old as I am, you would have had the paper license. But if you're a younger generation, you got the plastic license. So you won't need to bring your passport. They're only saying that if you got the old paper license. But if you've got the photo ID type, you don't need to bring your passport. Again, an hour. Thank you for being there with your test in an hour's time. If you've got any questions, quickly jot them down. Let me answer it where possible. And I wish you good luck. Nerves is a good thing. Don't let nerves control you. Right, let's get some of these answers up. Right, some of you gone for, most of you gone for D, and some of you gone for C. Right, I've got to go with the majority. I'm assuming the majority is correct with D. That's end of motorway, hence why the tip. Okay, if you look at the image, it's got a line right through it. So it's the end of, and blue signs, not all, blue squares, blue rectangles are motorway signs. Notice I'm saying not all. This is a motorway sign. What can be damaged if you turn the steering wheel when your car isn't moving? Again, if you use a tip that I use, common sense, what's connected to the steering wheel? A little tip for you guys. Yeah, I saw your message and I appreciate that. I followed you back. The autistic paintwork. Interesting, because I got a friend's son who's autistic as well. Yeah, your real learning is going to start now, to be fair, because you're on your own. You make your own decisions. Just keep practicing or doing what you've been told with your instructor, and it becomes natural. Are you putting P plates on, or you decide to not do P plates? Let me know. I'll be interested in knowing that. Wow, the fours are coming through already. That's quick. Right, but the comment again, majority of you going for C's. There's a D here. Judith. Yeah, the connection, steering wheel, wheels, tires. That's the only answer it could be. Again, breaking it down, brakes got nothing to do with turning steering wheel. Engine got nothing to do with it. Gearbox, nothing to do with it. Tires, yes. When may you stop and wait in a box junction? In other words, the yellow Box junction, that's what they're talking about. So when may you stop and wait in a box junction? Okay, remember, if you guys got any questions, type it in the comment, but please put a Q before it. Makes it a lot easier to find. Sorry. Virgo Sam, I forgot about this. Elaborate on pelican and puffin crossing. Pelican is the only one that has a flashing sequence. It has a flashing amber. The question that normally goes with that: what should you do when you're at a pelican crossing and the light is flashing amber? And the answers: give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. On your driving test, you can go on the flashing amber. As long as it's safe to go on the flashing amber. Otherwise, you may get done for undue hesitation on your driving test. But the ferry test: give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. And a puffing crossing is got sensors. So if an elderly person's crossing, the lights won't go back to green while a person's crossing. So that crossing has to be cleared for the sensors to pick it up and then change the lights back to green eventually. That's the difference. Pelicans flashing, puffing are sensors. For courses, face-to-face or online? Both. The modules are online, so it's similar to the app, but the difference is all the questions have been filmed by me and explained by me. So you've got my explanation and you've got the DVSA explanation. So it's comprehensive in that. And the training is a 2-hour Zoom training every Wednesday for 4 weeks. And if you can't turn up to the training session, it will be recorded and it's uploaded about 48 hours after the event. So you can watch the replay back. So if you've seen my channel, rather than just here for the lives, and you see me do the mock test, the playlist practice makes you better, I think one of them is. I can't even remember what the other one is, so long. That's how it's done. It's recorded, but in a bit more detail, a lot more slower, and it's broken down into chunks. So every question, 777 questions, was recorded, and it's split up into small bite-sized chunks. And there's a quiz at the end of each module to make sure learning has taken place. And I will add, since you guys are asking about the course, there's a pass guarantee. If you do not pass when you take your ferry test, I will pay for your next one. That's how confident I am. I'll even book it. I'm a licensed trainer, so I can book your ferry test for you as well. Right, so most of you went for D. When oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right is correct. You arrive, oh, this is wordy. You arrive at a scene of a motorcycle crash. No other vehicle is involved. The rider is unconscious and lying in the middle of the road. What's the first thing you should do at the scene? Linda, you're welcome. If you've got any questions, please ask it by putting in the chat. But put a Q semicolon before it, so it makes it a lot easier for me to find. So I've got 66A. Again, the majority of you have gone for 6D. So I've got to assume D is correct. Warn other traffic. Yeah, warn other traffic so there's someone lying in the road. What does this sign mean? Again, look at the image. Get your clues from there. And then go to your options. Kajal, hopefully I'm saying that correct. 50 out of 50. Well done. The magical 50. Not a problem. Congratulations on passing. What's your next step? Driving lessons? Looking to book a driving test? Have you got any driving experience? Some of you still not putting the number of the question, just put in the letters AC. I don't even know what question you're on with that. Please put the question number. So you should be 7 plus your letter of the answer you think is correct. Right, most of you have gone for C. Right, we'll see. Vehicles may park fully on the verge of footway. What's the reason for traffic calming measures? Judith. What questions are we talking about? I've got no questions for revision, so I don't know what questions you're talking about. If you can enlighten me what questions you're talking about, all the questions are in the app. I've got no questions for you to revise. If you're struggling with anything particular, put it in the chat now while we're here, so I can help you out with it. No problem. You're welcome here for the first time. Hopefully you can learn something new and come back next week. But you're welcome, and thank you for the kind words about the videos. Appreciate that. Someone's gone for a B. But again, the majority of you gone for C, so I've got to assume C is correct. Majority is C. To slow down traffic. If you didn't know, traffic calming measures are like speed. There's 3 types. There's speed humps, width restriction where you go through a tight space, and chicanes where the pavement comes out from the side, and it's to slow you down or reduce your speed. That's what traffic calming measures are, if you didn't know. What will happen if your car's wheels are unbalanced? Oh wow. Yes, I am definitely keeping well. Thank you for the comments on the new look. And your practical, where are you taking your practical test? What test center? And 3 weeks is next month. So just taking mock tests. So hopefully you are ready for it. But let me know what test center you're taking it at. I want to delve into the theory and practical as soon as possible. Any tips, suggestion? Again, it's going to be apps. Do those categories one by one. That's my advice. From the past first time is do the categories. How much you put in is what you're going to get out. So everyone's different with that. But yeah, download the app if you haven't got it. 4-in-1, driving test success. Do the categories one by one and then do mock tests. If you want to do your practical as well, I would learn to drive while you're doing the theory side of it. Don't wait till you pass the theory and then do your driving lessons. And so when you pass the theory, hopefully you would have had quite a few driving lessons under your belt, and then you can book a driving test and work towards it. That's my advice. Well, number 9. He's saying you keep typing 3C. I'm not understanding why you keep typing 3C as your answer when we're on question 9. You've gone for 9A. Oh, there's a difference. Some of you have gone for A, B's, and C's. All right, let's deal with this. A, your steering wheel pulls to one side. What's the question? Right, unbalanced. Your steering wheel pulls to one side. That's tracking. So it's not that one. Your steering wheel vibrates. It's this one. And someone went for C. The brakes will fail. The tires will fail. No. Well, let me explain what wheels unbalanced means. It just means one, if I can do it on the screen, your one wheel's higher than the other one. The common reasons for that, you're going too fast over speed humps, potholes, and the other one is driving on the pavement to park up. So you go up on the pavement and come down the other side. That's why your wheels can be unbalanced. So if it's unbalanced when you're driving, you're going to feel a vibration in the steering wheel. Steering pulls to one side is tracking when the wheels aren't straight. At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help them? What should I do if on the real test I always get 42 marks? 1 mark away from passing, and on the app I always pass. That's a good question. First and foremost, if right, you said I always get 42 marks. I'm assuming you've got 42 more than once based on what you wrote. Again, I always say this, if you've first of all, you said 1 mark away, that's the worst way of looking at it. You got 8 questions wrong because you should get 50 out of 50, but you need 1 to pass. If you think about that, you've only got 1 wrong, it changes your mindset. I've actually got a video on the channel. You should never say to yourself that I failed by 1 or failed by 2. You should be saying, in this case, 42, I got 8 questions wrong, because that shows a weakness in the knowledge. It makes you work a little bit harder the next time round. But if you think I've only missed it by 1, I can put the test next week, go and get the 1 and pass. I would look at your paperwork, especially if it's more than 1 test that you've taken, because you said always get 42. Then look at the categories that you got the questions wrong and see if there's a common denominator. So, for example, if you take on 2 tests and you look at the paperwork, let's just say again, attitude, you got that category wrong 2 questions, and then on the second test, attitude, you got 3 questions wrong. There's a weakness with your attitude section, so you can always look for a common denominator. That's what I would do with that. But I would work towards getting the 8. Like I said, you got 8 questions wrong. I would suggest that you got at least 5 categories. Revisit those 5 categories and go again. The app only suggests that you may be ready for a theory test based on the app. When you go for the real test, I'll say again, there's sampled questions. So you may have got questions that you've never seen before. And if the understanding is lacking from the app, then it's going to be lacking on the real test when you get those questions, because the outcome is always going to be safe and controlled. And that's what you're trying to train yourself to pick out the safe options or the controlled options. That's what my recommendation is. Start with your paperwork first and see what categories you got the questions wrong and go back to studying those particular categories. Hopefully that helps. If it doesn't, let me know and we'll try a different way of explaining it. You're struggling with road signs. What are you struggling with, Judith? Road signs is a massive category. There's 140 odd questions in the road signs. So let me know what you're struggling with. I have got a video on my channel about road signs. It breaks it down, colors, shape, what they mean, and all the rest of it as well. That can help you. And if you go into the study with me playlist and practice makes you better playlist, again, there's one's got a 15 question about road signs, and the other one I think is a 30 question about road signs. Mars, welcome. Today, congratulations, 40 out of 50, just too short of the 50. Wow, 70 out of 75 for your hazard perception. Well done to you. Thank you for coming and letting me know how you got on. If you're still here, let me know what your next steps are, driving lessons or a driving test. Carol, you're welcome. And Shadozi, first time here, you're welcome. Hopefully you learned something. Again, if you've got any questions, put it in the chat. Please put a Q, semicolon, and let me get on and answer that for you. I will add as well, something else that's happening is, sorry, let me just get to these 10s. 10C and I've got a 10B. Wow, again, split. You've got B's, C's, and D's. He's saying you've got to type your answer once. Don't need to type it 7, 8 times. Right, there's C's, B's on this, so let's sort this out. Someone severe, but definitely not. B, definitely not apply any lotions to an injury. What was the other one? C, douse the burns with clean. Yes, douse means pour. They use that word on the ferry test. It's an old-fashioned word for pour water over the burn. Do not remove anything sticking to a burn. As carefully as you are, you're protecting the skin with it. I will add, on the real test, sometimes they don't use cold water as an option. They use non-toxic fluid. So if cold water is not there, then they're going to use the word non-toxic fluid, which is just water without chemicals. Where would you find these road markings? Again, look at the image and then go from there. Yes, I wish you luck with that. And Glasgow, I think since I started the live, the common place for taking a driving test is Glasgow for some reason. Come to London and then you can see an extreme sport in terms of driving. I don't know what it's like in Scotland, to be fair. I've never been to Scotland, but yeah, driving in London is crazy. She does, they do both. Watch the videos and complement with the app. Download the app if you haven't got it. 4-in-1 driving test success is what I recommend. Don't get me wrong, all others, driving theory, pro, Ferry Test Pro and the DVSA one, they set the questions, but all the questions are the same because, like I said, I repeat, they're sampled questions, they're licensed. Even in my course, I've got the license sampled questions. They're no different from the app. It's just that I video them and explain them in detail. So whatever app you use, as long as it's a paid version, it's going to be the same. but I would recommend driving test success because it's similar to the real test and it's easier laid out, and just use the videos to complement with your studying. And I would do categories. I keep saying it, do the categories one by one. Don't just dive into mock test after mock test. Do the categories and then build up to mock tests. But again, that's my advice in the long run. I was sorry saying something. For those of you that passed the theory test and then looking to book your driving test, hopefully in a couple of weeks, I may have an app for you that can get driving tests quicker. They're just testing it at the moment. They've contacted me. They want me to promote it, launch it. So I will test at first with my pupils to make sure. I'm not going to give you guys anything that's rubbish. And hopefully that can help you get driving tests quicker. But I hope they contacted me yesterday to say they're just finally testing, getting the little bugs out. So I will keep you informed with that. So those of you who are looking for driving tests that can't get driving tests, I may have an app for you that can help you out. But I do need to test it first. Right. Sorry, what number are we on? Number 11. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I can't find 11s. That's funny. You're a funny female. Seems you're not reading my messages. My is about hazard. I'm sort of meaning your hazard perception. I'm taking my theory test tomorrow. What about the hazard perception? You're still not telling me what about the hazard perception. I'm trying to find 11s. You guys are telling me too far. Right, here we go. Someone's got 11F. Right, most of you gone for D. No difference of opinion on that. And that's a mini roundabout. For those of you taking driving lessons. When are you allowed to stop on the motorway? Yes, you can get flashcards. Again, if you download the theory test success, there's a section on road signs there which they break down in a bit more detail. That's why I love the app. It's got everything that you need. Okay, it's doing slip roads, dual carriageways and stuff. Well, hopefully that goes well for you. Just keep me informed about your driving test. It's nice to know that you get to the end goal of passing. How would your driving be affected if you just had alcohol? Will it be poorer decisions or quicker reactions? Alcohol reduces your reaction time. It's going to be poor decisions. Alcohol, if you think about alcohol, if you have too many, it makes your words slur, stumbling over. So it's worse in terms of your reactions. So it's poorer decisions. You'll take risks that you shouldn't be taking. Yin Qatar. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming back and letting me know that you've taken it and passed it. Fahima. 5 or 10 clicks on hazard perception. If you are going into your theory test worrying about how many clicks you're going to do, 5 or 10, the chances are you're going to fail it. I don't count clicks. I've got a video on the channel that says do not count your clicks. Nobody knows how many clicks you can have per video because every video is different. If one video's got 3 hazards on there and you got 15 clicks, where has that many clicks come from for 3 hazards? If one video's got 7 hazards, doing a double click, 14 clicks will be tally. So you don't know how many hazards on the video, which means you don't know how many times to click. I will say again, I'm going to do a demonstration anyway. If you are clicking on stuff that exists, as in hazards, you don't have to worry about how many times you're clicking unless you're going crazy all the time, clicking 5 or 6 times on one problem. But if you're going into a hazard perception, counting the amount of clicks, 5, 10, 15, 20, the chances are you're going to fail. Yes, definitely. They don't have any consideration with that, learner drivers. So yeah, London is just crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, yeah, once I test it, once they release it to me, they're going to give me a chance to test it out. I'll test it out my pupils first to make sure it works. And then I will do a video and obviously promote it on this channel so you guys can download it and do what you need to do to get your driving test. Apparently, you can book at least, put your details in, up to 3 test centers, and then it just keeps searching for you and it notifies you when one is found, and then you just type in your details. So it's quicker than some of the bots that's out there. That's what I've been told, which is what I'm doing to you. I did say to them, if it's decent, I will promote it. But if it isn't, that ain't gonna happen. Because I know some of you are still struggling to get a driving test date. And I know it's not easy because we try to book driving tests for our pupils, so I know exactly what you're going through. And I'm in London, so we got a choice of quite a few test centers where we are, and still can't get a test date. Right, some of you gone for B's, C's. I'm sure I saw a D somewhere. No, it's just B's and C's. All right, let's take a look. You're allowed on the motorway, B's and C. What's B? When you're signaled to do so by traffic signals, yes. And what was the other one? C. When you need to use a mobile telephone, should you be using a mobile telephone when you're driving? Should you be using a mobile telephone on a motorway? Think about the safety factor. Remember, the theory test is about safety. You should not be using a mobile, so they're not going to promote that. You're driven up to a pelican crossing, which we just spoke about. What must you do while the amber lights is flashing? Gave you the answer to that. If you guys remember what I said, if not, work it out from the 4 options. Safety. The Theory app is driving test success, otherwise known as 4-in-1. If you mean the driving test app, the name has not been released to me yet. I just know it's coming, but I don't know what the name is as yet. I failed major lever safety of road category. Well, you know what category you failed them. So what you need to do is restudy those. So like I said, you know what your weakness is. Restudy those categories. Safety of the road. And go again. You got 40 the first time out, 42. So you get in there. Still 8 questions wrong, by the way, but you've put what your weakness is. So you're already halfway there. Just restudy it and hopefully go again, and hopefully it will be good for you. What are you tired of? Failing? The disappointment? Because by not keep studying, you're going to go backwards because you're going to forget some of the stuff that you already knew. So me, again, I know it's frustrating for you guys failing 2 times, 3 times. Trust me, I've seen it in the classroom, so I know what you're going through. But you need to keep going, because the longer you leave it, think, can't be asked next week, before you know it, a month has passed. Then you're almost back to square one to restudy the stuff that you already knew. Just keep going until you pass. Once you pass, you've got 2 years ticking. But don't give up. I keep saying to you guys, you learn from the mistakes. You said you got 40 on the first one, 42, so you're 2 better off. It's not what you want, but you're at least getting in the right direction. That should be motivation alone. Guys, don't give up when you fail your theory test. There you go. Safety, safety, safety. And the 2-click method. And that's how you do it. But you don't need to be counting your clicks other than the 1, 2 per hazard. Morrison, passed my driving practical test. Congratulations on passing your driving test. Well done to you. Video questions before the hazard perception part of the theory test. That's your case study, and I can't do that unfortunately because the app won't allow me to jump to those questions. But that's your case study. And again, promoting the course. In the modules, I've done all the questions and answers for the case study as well. I've literally done the video for the case study, and I've not left nothing to chance. But I can't do that on the app, and I can't do that because I need the videos to show you what the questions would be, and the app doesn't allow me to skip to 40, because 48, 49, and 50. For those of you who don't know, just in case I'm talking to myself, your 48th, 49th, and 50th question are case studies. They show you a video and then give you a question based on the video. I will add, be very careful, because sometimes you watch the video and the question is not related to the video. But because you take your answer from the video, you answer wrong. So you've got to be careful with the case studies. Right, sorry, let me catch up with you guys. 13. Right, the majority of you. Right, some of you have gone for B's and D's. Right, question. You're driving up to Pelican Crossing. What must you do in amber light? So B, give way to pedestrians on the crossing. That's what I mentioned earlier on. Give way to pedestrians on the crossing, if that stays. And what was the other one? D, always wait for a green light before proceeding. No, a Pelican, I repeat, is the only one with the flashing sequence. If it's flashing amber, you give way to pedestrians on the crossing. On your driving test, once that person's gone, if it's still flashing amber, you can go. Do not wait for green on your driving test, because the examiner can mark it down for undue hesitation. And again, I've got a detailed video on the channel about all the crossings with examples as well. The road outside this school is marked with a yellow zigzag line. What do these lines mean? Again, I repeat, look at the image and then go from there. Let's go back to some of these. A1234. Congratulations, one short of the magical 50, but well done. And has a perception 64. Well done to you. Driving advice, take it from a driving instructor. Take lessons from a driving instructor. They can guide you the best way. And in terms of driving videos, I would recommend driving, this is on YouTube, Driving School TV, Clearview Driving School, DGN driving school, and Conquer driving school. There's more out there, but those are the four that I tend to look at and guide my pupils to. Their content is really, really good. I will do a demonstration. Appreciate it. Yep. Like, if you're getting value, please like, thumbs up, share it so other people can see it and pass their theory test. What number are we on? 14. Right, I've got A's and D's. Right, A's and D's. A, you shouldn't wait or park your vehicle here. That's the safest at the moment. What's the other one? D, you must stay with your vehicle if you park here. You guys, right, look, safety. It's a school sign. Just in case you didn't know, the keep clear school sign is to allow children to see and to be seen when they're crossing the road safely. You cannot park your car wherever you stay. I know you see parents dropping their kids off on the school sign. It's wrong. It's dangerous. You should not wait or park your vehicle there. If the theory test comes up as well, can you park your vehicle there? The answer is never. In real life, you can. It's after certain times, and there's no school on a weekend, so you can park there all day, Saturday and Sunday. But for the theory test, you put never. In this case, you should never park your car there. You don't wait on a school sign. You guys are still not choosing the safest option. When should you use your hazard warning lights? What was that, 15? Remember, if you've got any questions, please put a Q semicolon. It makes it a lot easier for me to find it. Don't have to go through all of them, all the comments as well. I think I'm up to date. Can you please help with those YouTube channels for the driving test again? Do you want me to say it again? Is that what you mean by helping? It's Driving School TV, DGN Driving School, Conquer Driving School, and Clearview Driving School. If you just literally type in the search on YouTube, you'll find them. And again, like I said, they do mock test videos and standard driving videos in terms of turn left, turn right, hill starts, that type of thing, roundabouts. You can learn a lot off of them. And the instruction, for me personally, I think their instructions are very simple and very clear. Some instructors can make driving really complicated. But for me personally, these guys make it very clear, very simple. Again, some of you gone for C's and D's. Right, the majority of you are C's, but some of you have gone for a D. Jedida, hopefully I'm saying that correct. I pass my foot to us. Well done to you. Congratulations. And thank you for coming back and letting me know. Appreciate that. Right. C's and D's. Well, let's take a look. When should you use a hazard warning lights? C. That sounds the safest. D. When your when your direction indicators aren't working. Just in case you didn't know, when you put your hazard lights on, all your direction indicators work. It's also a driving test question. Show me, tell me. For those of you taking driving lessons, the examiner can ask you to put your hazard lights on. So it makes sure all the direction indicators working. So that wouldn't help. Again, the key there is hazard warning. And when you have broken down, you're a hazard. Hence the link between the two. And again, that's how you can do it. Read between the lines. Sometimes there's clues in the question. You just got to be calm enough to work it out. And that's why I said don't let nerves get the better of you, because once you're really nervous and you're panicking, you don't see the obvious in front of you. And that's for your driving lessons as well, by the way. Don't freak out. You're driving on an icy road. What distance from the car in front should you drive? I'm glad you're enjoying the lesson. I appreciate that. Please, what time is the registration going to open? After YouTube do their magic, I'll put the link. I'll go back and redo the description. So it's after this live. I can't remember if I did it on the website. If you go to the website, it may be live on the website now. But I can't remember if I did it. I'm going to go back and do it at 7 o'clock. It's www.drivingferryuk.com. And then when you get onto the homepage, click on the course link, and then any one of those orange buttons should take you to the registration page. If it doesn't, then obviously I didn't do it. I can't remember if I did it last night, but it will all be done by 7 o'clock if it isn't done already. Big kid, no problem. Thank you. Appreciate that. I try and keep it simple. That's how I like people to explain things. That's one of the reasons why I do it. I'm not a big words person. Just explain it very simple so I can understand. Asia, you said to me, I've joined your channel 2 months ago. Appreciate that. Wrote my first ferry test today and did incredibly well. Thank you so much for your insight. Please tell me what incredibly well means. I don't want to assume that you've passed it. If you've passed it, fine, but please let me know, because I don't assume incredibly well is a good result. That could just mean you got the highest mark you've ever did, but still failed it. So please put in the chat that you've passed it and put my mind at rest. Thank you very much. Same. Wow, 49. So you missed it by one, the magical 50, and 72 out of 75. Well done and congratulations. Right, again, the majority have gone for D. Don't see a difference of opinion on this one. Oh, someone's gone for an A. Elizabeth. Right, let's take a look. A is 6 times, doesn't exist. 6 times. Ice and snow is up to 10 times. So it's going to be D. In wet conditions, it's 4 seconds or double. But 6, 8, and 4 times the normal distance. 4 times the normal distance doesn't exist. 10 times or double. That's the two that you're looking for. Wet, double, ice and snow up to 10 times longer. What's the purpose of a triangular shape sign? All shapes and colors are trying to give you a warning in terms of what it means. So colors, blue circles, red circles, triangles are all trying to tell you something, i.e. warn you of something. So the colors are important, the shape's important. Well, congratulations, Arshad. Thank you. Like I said, I don't assume that you did incredibly well, would have been a pass, but well done to you for passing. Hello, please give me 10 times. Is that the real test or just a mock test? And I failed mock test. Again, if that's the 10 times for the real test, you should have 10 pieces of paperwork. I say all the time, it's only that one answer. Put all the paperwork together, look at the categories you got the questions wrong in, and see what the common denominator of categories are. And then go back. I'll be honest with you, if you're failing it 10 times, I would go back to square one anyway. Do each category in turn, make sure you fully understand it, and then do mock tests. And only when you're passing mock tests on a consistent basis, then you go and book another test, because 10 times suggests there's a weakness there. You shouldn't be failing it 10 times. So there's a lack of understanding. That's no problem. Thank you, George. 17, first one's out. Right, again, the majority of you seem to be going for A. Don't see a difference of opinion here. Someone's gone for a B. Someone's gone for a D. So A, B, and D. Michael, congratulations. One short of the magical 50, but congratulations. Right, so what was it? A, B, and D. Triangles are warnings first and foremost. So to give warnings, it's going to be A. What was that one? B. Right, okay. B to give directions, no. And someone went for D. D to give orders, that's a red circle. So that would be a red circle, and triangles are definitely warnings. So you'll have something like road narrows in there, road bends to the left, road bends to the right. Was covered by third-party insurance. So just waiting for your answers to come through. I'll repeat, if you guys got any questions, especially if you've got a theory test coming up over the next week or so, type it in the chat. Let me answer it while I'm live. I know you guys have got hazard perception questions. I will do our demonstration of the hazard perception straight after we finish this mock test. 18. Oh, you lot flying through. Let's go back. Right. Oh, someone's gone for a D. I'm just about to say everyone's gone for the same answer. Right. So we've got A. Now we've got B's, C's, and D's. Where is it? D. Right, the majority have gone for B. So we've got B's, C, and a D. Right. What's third party covers the damage you cause first and foremost. Damage to other vehicles. That's what that is. That's the correct answer. C, fire damage to your vehicle. No, that would be third party fire and theft. So if it's third party fire and theft, it would be that one. And damage to your vehicle, no, that'd be fully com for that one. So damage to your vehicle is the minimum legal requirement for insurance. You're traveling in the left-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway. How should you react to traffic joining from a slip road? I appreciate that. I can't control how they think when they go in there. I'll just give them the tools in the classroom, and it's again, nerves sometimes gets the better of them. So I don't take it for granted that they're going to pass. I like them to pass. They should pass, but it happens. That's life. And if they fail, we just go again. That's all it is. But like I said, failing is not You're gutted for it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not end of the world. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself down, learn from the mistakes first before you go back again. It makes you better and stronger. Lydia, welcome. If you've got your theory test in 2 weeks, you've got another Monday, maybe 2 Mondays, depending on what date your test is. Got any questions while you're studying over this week? Write any questions down that you're not sure of. Bring it to the live next week. Type it in the chat and let me help you out while we are live to get you to pass your theory test in 2 weeks' time. Again, you guys have got different opinions. Some will go C, some of you gone for D, and another A. So 3 different answers on one question. Okay, let's take a look. You're traveling in left-hand lane 3-lane motorway. How should you react to traffic journey from a slip rail? Switch on your headlights. Someone went for A, didn't they? What number were 19? Is that me just reading something? Yeah, someone went for A. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Definitely not, because it's not a hazard. Increase your speed to ensure they join behind you. You could be breaking the speed limit by increasing your speed. If you're doing 70 and you increase it, you're going more than 70 miles an hour. So that can't be safe. Adjust your speed or change lane. If you get, there you go. Look, that's a good example of what I'm talking about. It's got the word safety in it. If it's got safe, safety, safely in the answer, you have to shortlist it as a possible. It doesn't always work, but the theory test is about safety. So if it's got safe in it, you have to shortlist it and say to yourself, all right, let me click that one and then look at the others. You can always change your answers on the real test as well. Just because you click it, it doesn't mean to say it's got to stay there. You can turn around and say, right, is it that one? No. Is it that one? Maybe. Is it this one? It's got safe in it or safely in it. Is it this one? Maintain a steady speed. If you maintain a steady speed with a car joining and you're going to crash, you're going to crash. So it can't be that for safety. So that's another little tip for you guys. If it's got the words, I repeat, safe, safety, safely in the answer, you have to shortlist it as a possible and then go from there. I will repeat, it doesn't always work, but that's the easiest way to get to your answer. What should you do when you park at night on a road that has 14 miles an hour speed limit? And the woman, first time you're joining live. Well, first and foremost, congratulations. First time live. So thank you for coming for the first time and let me know that you passed. I appreciate that. Again, another person, Sheila, well done to you. Congratulations on passing. Read all the answers. The app doesn't allow me to do that. If you've not been playing along, there's nothing I can do, unfortunately. Right, again, you guys are gone for difference of opinions. A, B's, and I saw a D somewhere along here. Right, A, B's. Oh, there's a D. No, I saw one. Judith, right. I'm assuming that's 18B, 20B. I'm assuming you mean I'm aiming to book my exam 11th of November or something like that. That's 2 weeks time, because next week is the 4th, I believe. So you got, again, depends how much studying you've done between now and when you book your exam. If you feel like you're ready for it, then go ahead and book the 11th. If you're not ready for it, make sure you got time to put in to be ready for it. Right. I think you guys have covered every letter on the every answer on this one. So what should you do when you park at night on a road that has 40 miles an hour? Leave dipped headlights switched on? No. Dipped headlights is for normal driving. Leave parking lights switched on. Right. Read the question. What should you do when you park? It's got park in the answer at night. Leave parking lights switched on. That's a possible, because it's got parking in it. Park facing the traffic. You should never be parking facing the traffic. You should always park up on the left with the flow of traffic. And park near a street light. That's not a generic answer. It's not a generic answer, because there's no street lights technically in the countryside. So people that live in the countryside can't do that. So it's not a generic answer. That's the reason why it's this one. I'll repeat. Clues in the question. What should you do when you park at night on a road that has 40 miles an hour speed limit? Leave parking lights switched on. And there's your clue. And I don't know if you can see my screen from there. I can't blow this up. I said to you, this is 20 questions. And I said to you on the real test, 50 questions are drawn from different sections. So let me just read this out just in case you can't see. Has the perception, there was 2 questions. Road and traffic sign, there was 5. Safety in your vehicle, 2. Rules of the road, 2. Incident, accidents and emergency, 2. Vehicle handling, 2. Motorway rules, 2. Vulnerable road users, 2. And documents, 1. And that backs up what I'm saying. If you study the categories inside out, it doesn't make a difference what combination they're going to give you. Your understanding is going to be there and you're going to be fine. But if your weakness is across the categories, you stand a better chance of failing it, not a better chance of passing it. So fully understand the categories and then go from there. Right, let me just see if there's any questions before I go into the hazard perception. Oh, let me come out this one, do this one. Every time pass hazard perception, 57, 58. You need 44 to pass hazard perception. So you got a lot of breathing space. So if you're getting 57, 58 on a regular basis, it means you're there. You don't have to, as long as you don't go in there on your test and change anything, you're there. So obviously for you, it's the questions you need to be consistent on. If can possible connect your contacts. You mean contacting me? You want to contact me, my email is info@drivingtheoryuk.com. So it's info@drivingtheoryuk.com is my email. In terms of joining the class, there's nothing I can do about that. Like I said, when the doors open, it's a first come, first service. I can't choose, select. It's on a platform that you guys go to and register and pay for it when the time comes. And if you're booking your test on the 11th of November, the course ain't going to help you, because the first training is on the 27th of November. So if you're booking your test on the 11th, it's pointless. And for anyone who's got a test date, the course isn't for you. If you already got a test date between the 27th and the 18th of December, the course is not for you. It's a 4-week course designed for you to be ready for a theory test. It's not a course where you go in and cram lastminute.com, because I don't do cramming. That's one thing I do not do. So if your test is a week later after the doors close and you've booked it, there is no refund on that, because I don't do cramming. So if you have a test date booked for the 27th, between the 27th of November and the 18th of December when the training finishes, then the course isn't for you. If you haven't got a test date booked, then the course is for you, because my aim is to get you ready for a test, and I can help you book a test. I can guide you when you're ready for a test, and hopefully you pass the test first time out. 13 out of 20 would be a fail. I believe you need 17 out of 20, give or take, for percentage wise. So your knowledge is weak on that. Right. So I don't see any other comments in there. Right. Let me do a hazard perception. Let's get my iPad out. Right. So I hope if I put that back. First of all, let me just go back to Rachel. Thank you for all your help. No problem, Rachel. Appreciate the comment. And let me just put this back to where it should be. Right, there we go. Right. Here's one from Ethan. I forgot to leave a nice comment the other day, but I watched one of your videos on the 2-click method, and it's absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Right, let me just quickly explain what a 2-click method is. You see the problem, you click, and you go 1, 2, click again. Literally, don't go 1, 2. It's literally click, go 1, 2. So let me just quickly explain about the hazard perception. You are looking on the videos. There's 2 types of hazards. There's the potential hazard that could have caused you a problem, and there's the developing one that did cause you a problem. The developing one is the one that caused you to either shift left or right or slow down. The click represents you checking the mirrors. So if you're driving real life in the video, you see a problem, you check your mirrors. So if you're going straight, slowing down, it's the main mirror. And if you're shifting left or right, it's the wing mirrors. That's what the click represents. So what they're trying to train you is to see the problem early, i.e. 5 seconds in advance, and then you check your mirrors. If you are clicking on 1s, 2s in real life driving, you're going to panic in that situation because you saw it late, and you're going to go for the brake first and then check mirrors afterwards. Let me just quickly show you on this iPad. So if you look at box 14, this is the driving test report sheet, just in case you can't, let me just put it down. The driving test report sheet. For those of you that are looking to take driving tests at some point, which is going to be most of you once you pass the theory side of it, the examiner will have a copy of this on, they're gone to iPads, so it's on their iPads, and you will get this in your inbox about 10 minutes after your driving test. If you look at box 14, use of mirrors before you signal, before you change direction, and you change your speed. That is your hazard perception right there. The click represent you checking the mirrors, and it's marked like that. That's how the examiner marks it, literally like that. You can only get 4 in one box. On the 5th one, it will become an S. And I'll be honest with you, if you're picking up a lot of mirror faults, you're going to fail your test anyway, because there had to be something there when you didn't check your mirrors. So let me just repeat. The hazard perception, you clicking, is you checking the mirrors. So you see the problem, and then you click, and you go for the 2-click method. Problem, click. Let me just get rid of this. So I'll do a demonstration, and then we will review it back. And I'm going to talk what I'm seeing so you know what I'm clicking on. It does that all the time, so it should go around. Right. So we're driving down the road. When you're driving, you should be looking from left to right, right to left, scanning, not just watching straight ahead. So, because the road signs are on the pavement on posts. So there's a sign there, road narrows. Click. That's my second click. Click again. I think I left that really late. And click for the white car. So that's the one that's caused me to slow down. Seeing the video I stopped, that's the one I'm going to get marked on. But still keep clicking because you don't know whether it's a second hazard because it could be a double one. So I can't see around the bend, so I'm going to click. You always go slowly into the bend, accelerate out if it's safe to do so. Another road sign, bridge, narrow bridge. I don't know if anything's on the other side, so I'm clicking. There's a van, so I click. Right, so it's 4 out of 5. So for those of you who are doing this at home, when you, whether it's 1, 2, zeros, review it back. The app allows you to review. So let me just speed up to save time. Just to show you, there's my first click. And there's my second click. And then I'll go again. That's for the road signs. So I'll click again for the car and click again here. So let me just quickly explain. It gave me 4 out of 5. This is the reason why you keep clicking on the hazards that exist. Let me just rewind that back. Right, you can see my click, especially the second one. I've seen the hazard and I've clicked. That at that point is a 0 because it's just before the 5. I repeat, it's not about you seeing the problem. It's about you getting enough scores. It sounds weird. It's like you treat it like a computer game, if you like. Your aim is to rack up the numbers more than 44. I repeat, I've seen the problem. You can see there the 2 flags, but I still would have got a 0 for that. Because I went clicking again for the car coming down, I've got a score, and that's what it's about. All right, let me put it there. Let me just see if you guys are saying anything on that. I don't see any comments on that, so I'm assuming you guys understand it. Right, let me just do another one. Right, come out of that one. These are CGIs. On when you take your test, the real test, they're all CGIs. On the app, it's a real life clip and CGIs. But on when you take your real test, it's all the CGIs. Obviously, you're doing it on a bigger screen, and it's a little bit slower. Based on the feedback we get from our pupils, it's a little bit slower on the apps. So again, I don't see you guys commenting on that, so I'm assuming you guys are all right with that. So let's just pick this one. I've not done this one before, so let's see if I can score some marks on that. Try again. Right, with a bend, I can't see round. So let's click on that. Signs are telling me there's a problem coming up with the lorry. Just click on that. Speed limit change. Click on that. The truck is parked half on the pavement. Cars reversing out. Click on that. I'm going to click again on that because I think I may have messed it up. Remember, it's about getting a score. Person's on the pavement, but they're not near the edge, so I don't need to click on that. If there's walking right near the edge, I would click on that because it looks like they're going to cross. There's a side road there, cars coming out. Oops. They're 5 out of 5. So let's review. Again, let me just speed up for you guys. And I can't remember who said it in the chat about 10, I think it was 10 or 5 or 10 clicks. Look at how many clicks I've done. I've not counted them. All I've done was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm not bothered about how many clicks I'm clicking in total because I'm clicking on problems that exist. I repeat, if you click on problems that don't exist, you better worry because you will get kicked out, as in get a 0. And I'll do a demonstration on that in a minute as well. So let me just carry on with this. So there's my first click and there's my second. And I just will add as well, they will always give you the highest marks. So there's no benefit in clicking once. They'll always give you the highest. If you notice there, that's, I think I got 5. So that's a 5 just. and the second one's in the 3 or the 2. And I got 5 out of 5. So there's no benefit in clicking once, but there's lots of benefits in clicking twice. So let me just check on you guys to make sure. That's no problem. Chisholm, what is it that you don't understand? Let's do this while I'm here. I struggle to understand the meaning of the numbers in the review clip. Can you throw more light? Yes, I definitely can. The numbers is the distance from the vehicle. So if you imagine that you're driving, in this case, let's get a bit closer. Right. That for them is like 5 seconds away when you're driving. Think about when you're doing 30 miles an hour, 5 seconds is nothing. I think I'm in the 20 zone on this video. So what they're saying is the earlier you see the problem, the more time you're going to have to deal with it. If I see the problem this late, you're going to panic, brake, and you're going to brake heavy. You're going to lurch in your seat. If I see the problem early, there's no need to panic. The way that I normally explain to my pupils, if the eyes see the problem, it can tell the brain what to do next. If you're seeing it that late, you are going to go for the brake first, and then you're going to think about checking the mirrors, because the brain is designed to protect you. It's not designed to check mirrors. So what they're saying is the earlier you see it, the sooner you can check your mirrors, and you've got more time to do it in a relaxed fashion. So hopefully that helps. In real life, when you're driving, if you're driving in real life, let's come down to here. If it's me, I would be checking my mirrors now in real life. But because it's a video, treat like a video game. Remember, you're trying to get a score. In real life, you can see 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds ahead if the road is long and straight. But in the video, you are trying to score points. That's the difference. So hopefully that explains it. The sooner you see it, the more time you're going to have to relax and chill. The latest you see it, the more panic you're going to have. Right, so let me just come out of that and see if there's any other comments. Linda, 4th 11, that's 2 Mondays to come back to the live. If you've got any questions, jot them down. I'm glad it's making more sense. Oh, it's a shame, Aniki. Past has perception. Again, you've got the paperwork. While it's still fresh, look for the categories. You may jog your memory on what questions you that fell in that category and go from there. I need help in multiple choice. Yeah, it's always, for my students, it's always questions. Once I explain the hazard perception, they don't have a problem. I can't tell you when last I had someone fail a hazard perception. It's been at least 3 years. But it's about understanding what you're trying to achieve. Again, you're trying to achieve scores. Not necessarily, it sounds weird, not necessarily to see the problem. It's trying to get a score at the right time. And that's what you guys got to understand. Review it back on the app rather than, oh my God, I got a 0 and just click off. Try to find out why you got a 0. Yes, they probably updated it, but you won't know about that until you go into the real test. The app videos are different from the real test videos. Again, they don't give you those videos, so you don't memorize where it is. And on the app, to be fair, there's only a set amount of videos. After a while, they get all repeated. I'm glad that makes it a little bit more clearer. My one, hold on, let me come out of this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Trying to find the 26. Sorry, what? Please, can you look at real life clip 26? I don't understand why it's flagged for bus while it's almost internet of view. Who's this? Ollie. Right, okay. 26. Is it this one you're talking? Oh, hold on, let me come out of that so you guys can see it. iPad. Right. You said the real life clip 26, which is this one. Right, the pedestrian's right on the edge. So again, watching the video from left to right, the traffic is slowing down. It says slow on the floor, so I need to click on that. That's the potential hazard. That's not the developing one. It's just potential. But you still need to click on it because you have slowed down. So still check your mirrors. The silver car to the right, but it's coming my way, so it's not a problem. And the pedestrian crossing the road on the island, just in case they cross in front of me. And again, traffic slowing down. There's no bus in this one. Are you sure, Ollie, this is the right clip you're talking about? Again, 4 out of 5. Let's review it back anyway. So again, let me just show you. Pause it there. Pedestrians, if you look in the distance, the pedestrians are very close to the edge of the curb. So there's a possibility they can step in the pavement at any time. That's why I'm clicking. And if you carry on, he does step into the road. So I would now need to either slow down even more or check my right door mirror and see if it's safe to go around him. And that's the reason why that's flagged. But Ollie, I don't know if this is the clip you're talking about because you've got a bus in your comment, but there's no bus in this video clip. So if it's not, just let me know. Right, I'm going to do another one. Let me just check on the comments. No problem. No problem. Hello, Abby. How are you? No, if you do a 2-click methods, no, because there are hazards. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Hopefully, Braganza, just hopefully you're still here. I'll show you something in a minute. Ogbu, congratulations on passing. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, just do the 2-second. Literally just go click 1, 2, and click again. Oh, well done to you. I remember you said you're going to make me proud, and I said, do it for yourself. Well done. Again, let me know what the flying colors are. Give me your numbers. What did you get out of 50? What did you get on the hazard perception? But congratulations. Right, I'm with you. All right, let me try to find that. Hold on 1 second. Let me just put your suburban. All right. How many times do I click on the perceive? Twice. Click once. 1, 2. That's enough. Right, let me see if I can find it. Hold on 1 second. Suburban, what was it? Suburban real double hazard 26. Let me see if I can find that. Let's find the doubles. Suburban or urban? Because I don't. Oh, here I have. Sorry, tell a lie. No, I haven't got it. Double, 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 double. . No, I haven't got it. So check the number of the app. Sorry, check the number of the video because I haven't got a double 26. Right, let me do this one. It's downloading. I need something that's not downloading. Hold on 1 second, guys. Download. Don't download that. Let's do this one. Come out of that into this. So I'm going to click too many times on this one. So the bus and the cyclist, brake lights from the car in front. I can see the cyclist, see the car coming out in front. And I can see the cyclist again. The car is signaling right. I don't know if that car's coming out. There's cars parked up on the left because the bus is signaling. There's a cyclist. And he's now coming towards the white line. And I'm getting closer. It's going to be a tight squeeze with me in the bike. And the bus is signaling. There you go. Cheat detection. They've actually changed that. It used to be you clicked in unacceptable. Oh, there it said, you have responded to this clip in an unacceptable manner. You will score 0 for this clip. Avoid tapping many times in a row. And that's what happens. So if we review it back, okay, let me come out of that. So let me just speed it up. Let me see what score I did get. I actually got a 5. But it downgraded me to a 0 because it's too many clicks. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And I think I still kept on clicking. 22. About 22 clicks. And that's the reason why you don't count your clicks. If I clicked on things that did not exist, if you let's review the video right back so you can see what I'm talking about. Leave nothing to chance. So I clicked there because I can see a cyclist. It's not a danger to me at this point. So that was pointless in clicking. The brake lights, I could click on that. That's not a problem. Because he's slowing down, it means I got to slow down. I clicked for the silver car that was in the distance. I clicked because he's signaling to turn right. Again, that could be acceptable. I thought the car to the left was coming out, so I clicked on that even though it's not moving. The bus is signaling, so I clicked on that. Cyclist, I can see the cyclist, so I clicked on that. That's the correct one to click, to be fair. I clicked again because he's coming over to the white line. And because I clicked again, because it's going to be a tight squeeze between me and the cyclist. So I clicked on things that did not exist, hence why it's too many clicks. Now let me do this video again with the right amount of clicks and see what happens. Let's come out of that. And before I do that, let me just see what you guys are saying. Hello, Rachel, Carol. How do you know when you click for cyclists on the road? Do you click even if he's far away? Is it still a developing hazard if it's far away? If you, that's a good question, to be fair. Again, if it's a problem, the cyclist is a problem. As long as, again, I repeat, if you click on the problem that exists, it doesn't matter. Yes, the cyclist is far away. There's nothing wrong with clicking. And then when you get closer, click again. It still won't add up to too many clicks because the cyclist is an issue. I'll try and demonstrate on this one before we sign off. Carol got a test on the 13th. 4th and 11th. That's 2 more Mondays live. Come, post your questions. Let me help you out. Yes, I can elaborate on the box junction. Peter, Jack Scott. Let me deal with that a little bit later. Hold on one sec. Let me deal with that. Deal with that. And I'll deal with that later on. Right. So I'm going to do the same video, but click on problems that were problems. So let me do it again. Come on, that so it can rotate. Right, so I can see the cyclist is not a problem because I've got the bus and the car between me. Brake lights, I would click on that because he's slowing down. I need to slow down. He's signaling right. I don't need to click on that. The bus is slowing down a little bit. So I can click on the bus because it's slowing down. The bus is signaling. Ask yourself, why is it signaling? So now I can see the cyclist. So I know why the bus is signaling. I'm actually going to click again just to make sure I got the cyclist. That's what I was saying about the cyclist. It is a problem. So I've done 4 clicks for the cyclist. So let's see what happens when the video finishes. I know I can fit past him because I'm already driving straight. I don't need to swerve for him because I'm already straight. And the bus is braking in the distance. And there you have it. Same video, different amount of clicks because I clicked on things that exist. Let me just show you back. I think who said about, sorry, let me pause that. I think it was A1234. One sec, where are you? Yeah, so you clicked about the cyclist. Right, watch. Let's just speed it up. So that's for the bus slowing down and the signal. So there, I've clicked for the cyclist. Let's rewind that back. Sorry, let me just do that again. Sorry. All right, sorry. So that's for the bus signaling slowing down. So there's my first click for the cyclist. I've seen it nice and early. So it's got 5. I think both flags landed in the 5. And I'm going to click again for the cyclist, I believe. There again, I go for the cyclist. And I've got a 4 and a 3. As I said, they give you the highest mark out of what you get. They don't downgrade you. So I've clicked 4 times for the cyclist, but the cyclist is a problem. So that's not going to be an issue. I'll repeat, if you click on things that don't exist, your clicks can add up to too many times. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. All right, let me come out of that and see what you guys are saying. 2nd of November is this week, I believe. I wish you luck with that, Jack. Peter, sorry. Yetunde, congratulate. Oh, just missed it by 1, the magical 50, but well done to you. Congratulations. And Carol, no problems. Let me deal with these comments. Can you elaborate on the box junction when you are done with the hazard perception? With the hazard perception, all right, I can with that. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yes, I can. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I can show you as well. Box junction, box junction. There we go. Right. So this is what I use in the car when I'm teaching box junctions. The question is on the theory test, when, well, let me put traffic coming. When can you stop in the box junction is the question. And the answer, the full answer, and they can use anything I'm about to say from, they can break down what I'm about to say. The only time you can stop in the box junction is when turning right, prevented from oncoming traffic and your exit's clear. Let me just repeat that. The only time you can, this is the box junction for those of you that don't know, is when you're turning right, preventing from oncoming traffic because the traffic has priority and your exit is clear. So let me just play it out for you. So the blue car is going to stop in the box junction. So it stopped in the box junction because it's the traffic coming down has got priority. For those of you taking driving lessons, you should know traffic coming down when you're turning right has priority. And then, so the red car is going to come into play. You're still the blue car, by the way. Don't worry about the red car. And then when a gap appears, the blue car can go because its exit is clear. And then the red car will wait for the red light and his exit is clear. So the only time you can stop in the box junctions when turning right, prevented by oncoming traffic, and your exit is clear is the full answer. And it can take any bits or pieces out of what I just said. So hopefully that makes it clearer for you. I sent you email on the 17th. I'm not sure if you had time to read it. I did not get your message, Peter. I will double check it. I've not been checking my emails. I've been busy trying to put this course finishing details, so I've not checked any emails. But I'll check it, and because I've got to go in there, and if this in there, I will respond. I don't know what you said, but I will respond. Oh, you got 46 out of 50 and 53 out of 75. Here we go. Everett's got multiple question. I had 46 out of 50, and perception, I got 53 out of 75 because I got a 0 on one of the clips because of my clicks. Score would have been higher. You can get zeros. You don't want to, and you don't know that until obviously it's finished, but you can get a 0 and still pass because your average has to be more than 3 across the board. So with him getting 53, he must have got 4s and 5s because you can't get 3s all the way and get 53. So even if you get a 0, it tells you after the clip, by the way, like it did just there when I did it. So it would tell you you clicked in an unacceptable manner. Basically what it's saying is change your style of clicks. So if you do get a 0, do not freak out, do not panic. It just means that you now need to start getting 4s and 5s. And on your double, ideally, you want to score an 8 or a 9. That brings the average up. But on your double, minimum, you want to score 6 because you've got to average 3, so 2 3s on one video, 6. What information do you need? Because there's no information, just a waiting list. But if you want a particular information, let me know and I can explain it to you before I sign off. Till now, it's not working. If you mean the app is not working, the question is, have you downloaded the videos? And if you have downloaded the videos and it's still not working, you need to contact customer support on the videos or on the app, sorry, and they will sort you out. But there should be no reason why it's not working because the app is pretty much robust. So let me just catch up with these comments. Lost the place where it is now. So I'm just catching up with the comments. I've lost where the place is. Oh, here we are. Information, done that one. Done that one. Done that. When I practice, I click more than once to earn a good score. What is your advice? Hopefully, Chrisabel, what I just said and demonstrated will be that, and you get a decent score. But review the videos back like I did to see where you should be clicking, why you should be clicking. The course, as I said previously, is for those of you that are still here. I am doing a course. After finish this live. God, I can't believe it's been so long. Look at that. 2 hours. Anyway, I'm enjoying myself. After this live is finished and YouTube does their magic, I will go into the description and put the link in the description for the waiting list. On my website, again, I'm not sure if I did it because I've done so much stuff to the website yesterday. I can't remember if I did it. You can go onto the website, www.drivingtheoryuk.com. Click on the course link and any one of those orange buttons. In fact, I'll tell you what we do. Hold on 1 second. Since we're live, let's do it live. Right, hopefully you guys can see this because it's not really set up for this. Right, so that's the website. And then you click on the link course. And then that just gives you a brief overview. That's not the proper brief overview because I've still got to update it. And then you can click, as long as you can see that, click on the orange, any one of those orange buttons. And that should take you to the waiting. If it's done, I'm not sure. I can't remember if I did it. There you go. And it takes you to the waiting list. Put your name and email address. It gets you registered on there. When the doors are open, you will get email. It's going to be probably 9 o'clock on the day. The doors open on the 18th of November. It's on the live anyway, so I'm going to mention it on the live. And like I said, it's a first come, first serve on that. It's only 20 pupils. I repeat, only 20 pupils. The reason why I'm doing that, it's a new course. I need to iron out all the bugs, any kinks. So the feedback I get from those guys, I can implement it for when the course gets released properly next year. And I want to focus on those 20 pupils because I want them to pass first time, ideally before the year's out or early in 2025. That's why I'm only taking 20 people in. Next year, there could be 30, 40, 50 people because I'll be able to handle that. That's the reason why. So it's first come, first serve on that situation. So I can't make you jump the queue. I can't make you join the course, but the course isn't for you if you already have a test date booked. Because as I said, I don't do cramming. The course is not designed for that. I don't want anybody who's looking to come in there to cram last minute. That's not what I'm about. It's about learning and understanding so you can take that into your driving test and hopefully pass that first time because the knowledge will be strong. So that's how it works. So the waiting list is live on that. If you want to wait for the description to be updated on this, once YouTube do their bits and pieces, you can wait for that. But I would just jump on the website and get it done. It's been a while since I've viewed one of your driving lessons. I live in the Caribbean, but find your videos very helpful. Oh, well. Thank you for watching so far out. And I'll send you an email. You send me an email, that's fine. Send me an email, it's not a problem. I'll read it. But if it's about the course, I can't make you jump the queue. So that's going to be irrelevant. You got your test on the 23rd of November. That's almost a month away. So you've got a lot of time to study, get your questions in. Has someone watched the videos for a week and passed? Congratulations. Yeah, that's a good point. If you get caught in the box when you shouldn't be in there, you'll pick up a fine. I will add as well, if it's on a driving lesson and you get caught, you are still paying the fine. The instructor will, because the letter comes through to the instructor, he will have to declare who was driving. You're still going to pick up the fine because remember from the theory test, you are legally responsible for the car once you jump in the driver's seat. The instructor shouldn't let you get caught, but things happen. Simply me wishing everybody who's got tests coming up good luck. A little bit late. We're going to sign off in a minute. Coffee, got a test on Friday. Wish you luck with that. Come back next week. Let us know how you got on. Hopefully it's good news. Adi, I will try and do my best to keep up the good work. Rama. Congratulations on passing first time. Thanks for letting know. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And you passed your test as well. Well done. Congratulations. How do you get help? The videos, that's what the channel's about. Watch the videos, watch the playlist. Download, if you haven't already, an app, Driving Test Success. I would recommend, because my videos are based on that. Even on when we done the mock test on the videos on the lives, it's the driving test success app I'm using, but it's the desktop version, which is the instructor's version. So that's how you get help. Thank you very much for making time to explain the box. No problem. I'll do my best to help whatever question. That's what I said. Put the questions in. If I can answer it while we're live, I'll answer it. That's my job. And I want you guys to be comfortable with the theory test. So ask away. Double white lines. Have I got my slides? I ain't got my slides with me, so I can't do that. But right, let me try to explain this without the visual. Again, I got a video on the channel. I can't remember what it's called. It's been so long. Road markings or something like that. You go to channel and watch the video. You always, with images, if you know what I'm saying about images, you always go from bottom to top. So you're on the left hand side. If the lines opposite you are broken and you've got a solid white line, it's a waiting restrictions. It means you can drop off and pick up your passengers, but you can't wait for them. If it's a solid double white line down the middle of the road, it means no overtaking. And the question that normally comes up on the theory test with that is, what can you do when the lines are, sorry, let me reword that. The question for the double solid white lines in the middle of the road is, can you overtake? The answer is yes. A slow moving vehicle, either a cyclist or a road maintenance vehicle doing 10 miles an hour or less. So let me just say that because I stumbled over my words. If the lines opposite you are broken, it's a waiting restriction. Pick up, drop off your passengers. If the two lines in the middle of the road are solid white lines, there's no overtaking unless you're passing a cyclist or road maintenance vehicle doing 10 miles an hour or less. It's kind of hard to understand without seeing the image, and I haven't got the image on my iPad. But hopefully that helps anyway. Thank you. Yeah, I know you're one of my biggest supporters, and I appreciate that. I'm assuming you mean the course face to face online. As I've mentioned earlier on, the course is modules similar to what you do on the app, but the difference is all the questions have been recorded with me giving a full explanation on each of them, and they're broken down in about 10-12 minute videos on each section. And then there's a live training session every Wednesday at 4:30 for 2 hours. If you want to go on for longer, like the live has gone on for longer, I will do longer on a Wednesday for the training, because my aim is for you guys to pass your theory test within the 4 weeks. So what I say is it's a bit of face to face and online, and there's a quiz afterwards that you take in the module. And it's not the standard it's not the standard questions you get on the app. The word is slightly different, so you fully understand it. And if you're passing those mock tests at the end, or the quiz at the end, then you know the understanding's there. But the most important thing is, one, you're getting the live sessions every Wednesday, 4:30 with me, helping you personally. As much as it's a group environment on Zoom, I'm going to do a personal plan for you. Secondly, you get the slides that I use in the classroom explained. Remember, my pupils only get the slides, plus they do a mock test, and that is it. You're getting the slides, plus every question being filmed. And another important factor, you'll be registered on an app that I always use when I used to be a driving instructor, as in individual hours, where my pupils log on and I can see exactly what they're studying, what they're getting right, what they're getting wrong, and we can send questions back and forth. And again, if you are really, really struggling, we can jump on a phone call or a Zoom call 1-to-1, and I can help you out and motivate you that way. The course has everything that you need. If you're not passing within the 4 weeks of the course, not passing once the course is finished on your first attempt, I will pay for your next theory test. I'll even book it for you. That's how sure I am about the course. Because if you do the work, there should be no reason why, if my students can pass with just a week's training, you guys can pass with 4 weeks training. No problems whatsoever. Right, that's the last comment that I see face to face. So I am going to sign off, give you guys your evening back. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, especially for so long. I appreciate that. Time just flies, so I'm enjoying myself. So I will stay on here for longer, but we all got things to do. I will catch you guys next Monday. Don't forget, the description will be updated. If you want to jump onto my website and sign up from there, it's already live on there. Otherwise, I shall see you guys next Monday. Stay safe, study hard, and look after you guys self. See you next week.